Hey y'all, it's your girl Symone and welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today is another story time. Today is a Subbie Sunday, y'all. Today is actually Sunday. It's actually 5:03 where I'm at right now. So what I'm about to do is try to record and get this up. I was supposed to record early this morning, but a little TMI flow came and yeah, I wasn't having it. But I'm like, let me get myself together because it is Vlogmas day 10. I had to look at the little thing. And I did promise to take my little sister somewhere. So I'm like, let me try to do this and get this up the same day. So fingers crossed, if y'all seeing this on Sunday, I did it. But anyway, let's get straight into this video. Y'all already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Give your girl a thumbs up. Comment down below. Don't forget to follow me on all my socials at Instagram, Vivalayoshii, TikTok, and Twitter at LifeWithSymone. So again, like I said, because I'm about to go somewhere, I'm going to only do like 2 stories, y'all. And don't be in the comments talking about, oh, if you don't have time for it, don't record. Because y'all, don't tell me what to do on my channel. Alright, so anyway, this story is titled, Rapper Gave Me a ST, y'all know what the last letter is, in Atlanta. Before y'all be like, you read this already? No, this happened in Atlanta this time. So let's go ahead and read it. Ooh, I don't like how it's all spaced together. Okay. So it says, hi Symone, my name is Paige, and yes, you could say it, LOL. Now I'm going to say the initials of the individuals involved in this story time, so you don't have to say their names. But I will tell you at the end of the story who each individual really is. Ooh, she's making it juicy. Okay. Okay, so this story takes place in the late 2000s when I was 17 years old. I'm from Florida, and back in the day, I was outside a lot. Back then, when I was outside all the time, my best friend KL and I always be on the lookout for a rave, kickback, party, you name it to go to. On this specific evening, KL hit me up and tells me that a rapper, SB, is in our town doing a show for one of our local colleges for free. We both decided that we were going to show up because I thought SB was cute, but cut to present day, he's very crusty, LOL. Anyways, we go to the little venue where he was doing the free concert. Concert wasn't that long. It was about a half an hour. He had announced on the microphone that he was going to this local club and that some of us in the audience should come through. Long story short, me and KL made our way to the club. Even though we were underage, somehow we were able to get past all the boundaries and security at the door. Once we got in, we saw SB and his crew and a bunch of other girls over in this one specific section turning up. My thirsty ass and KL forced all the way over there into his section. A lot of girls that was in his sections or sides and me mugging us, but I paid them no mind at all because all I know ain't nobody gonna touch me. After about an hour, you know, we dancing and hanging out with the rapper SB entourage. One of his entourage grabbed my wrist and tried to pull me towards him. That's when SB came up and said, "No, bro, she's mine." I don't know why but that made me blush. And the little fast ass girl in me felt like SB was my man, LOL. About 5 minutes after that, SB's bodyguards started ushering myself, KL, and the 2 other girls outside to the back to exit the club. Once we got out there, that was his tour bus and these 2 black SUVs. I got on the tour bus with SB and one of the bodyguards, and everyone else hopped in the black SUVs. In that moment, I was confused why KL couldn't join us on the tour bus, because once we got on it, it was empty as fuck. It was literally myself, me, the bodyguard, the bus driver, and the tour bus. That bus was so bad, at least 15 people could have been on it. Nonetheless, I was excited to be in the present of, as because I said at the time, back then I was 17 years old. I thought he was really cute as hell back then. Now the bus starts pulling off and I noticed that SB had 2 sidekick phones. One of them he kept on his waist in a Gucci belt, but the other one he kept in his hand and was constantly, obviously, texting with someone. I didn't think nothing too serious of it. He poured me a drink and we were just talking about being on tour, about him working on his upcoming album, and just regular stuff like that. I want to say we were riding for maybe a solid hour before the bus driver yelled something out to SB. So he walked to the front of the bus, talked to the driver, and that's when I took the chance to pull my phone out and start texting KL. An accident where she is and how she doing in the black SUV. She didn't respond to my text message right away, so I continued my conversation with SB. Once he came back to sit down next to me, I wanted to see maybe half an hour goes by, and I started getting really tired. And me noticed it and told me if I wanted to, I could go back to the bus to go to sleep. His master king-size bed. I said, king-size bed on a bus? He said, grab my hand and slowly guided me to the very back of the bus, where it was a room that was for him. Mind you, on the bus it had bunk beds also and this actual little small shower stall. At 17, seeing stuff like this in person and not on an episode of MTV Cribs on that show, their tour bus, was very impressive to me. I remember just cheesing and feeling so special. I was in here with SB under super grand looking tour bus. That it was that way I was in the morning by then. Or if it had to do with the fact that he was pouring me cups and cups of vodka and Red Bull for the past hour. I ended up passing out and not realizing it until I woke up with this warm sensation between my legs. I'm gonna prepare you for some TMI stuff, girl, lol. So I wake up and I'm looking down towards and I see SB going in on me. Granted, I was passed out and didn't remember giving consent to it, but it felt good, so I didn't tell him to stop. A couple of minutes later, he made me, you know what, and that was the first time I felt that in my life. He then stops and looked at me and started laughing and telling me I snore when I sleep. I felt awkward when he said that and just shrugged it off. When you did that little nervous giggle. He then told me he would be right back and was going to the front of the bus to go talk to the bus driver. Mind you, when he left to go to the front of the bus, I see his bodyguard right outside the entranceway of the room and asked him where's my handbag at the time, my Razr cell phone, if you know, you know, lol, throwback to mid-2000s, girl. He then tells me that he has it, so I asked him if I could have my cell phone back, to which he replied he cannot give it to me. And I looked at him and asked him why. He proceeds to ignore me, and just as I was about to get off the bed and approach him and demand him for my phone, and comes in SB asking if I was hungry. I told him yeah, a little bit. He tells me, okay, in a little bit we're gonna stop at the Waffle House and we could get something to eat. We both lay in the bed, started watching some weird sci-fi movie, and I dozed off once again. The next thing you know, I remember being shaken up, woken up by SB telling me to come on, we're gonna get food. I wake up and follow him off the bus and his bodyguard into the Waffle House. As we're in the parking lot of Waffle House, I'm looking for the black SUVs that took my friend KL and the other girls from the club. I don't see the black SUV in the parking lot, so I'm thinking, are they way behind? Either way, we went inside and ordered our food. And we have a little 14 just conversation and just keep telling me he liked me a lot, blah, blah, blah. He's a young man out here, and for him to have a girlfriend, he can't do that because he will be disappointing his fans. And he says that, and I'm looking at him thinking like, when did I say I wanted to date you, kid? I just kept smiling, eating my food, and he said these love bomb remarks to me. So just as we finally finished eating and we're ready to leave, I happened to look up at the wall and see on the clock it was after 4 in the morning. I even said, oh my God, I have to get home. My mom is a nurse and she gets home at 7 a.m. So I turn to SB and say, hey, when can you bring me home? He looks at me and say, you are home, shawty, with straight face on. In that moment, I felt uncomfortable and anxiety started getting the best of me. So I excused myself to the restroom and I gathered myself and came back out, and we all went together back into the tour bus. Now that I'm on the bus, I see my handbag and I sit next to it. I reach in for my cell phone and slide it in my bra cup. A couple of minutes later, SB is playing a video game on the TV on the tour bus, and when I took the chance to pull my phone out of my bra, I start texting KL. Okay, I respond to ask me where I am. Who is Ags? Because I keep getting confused as hell when I keep seeing the word Ags, because I'm like, what? And informs me that the black SUV have actually dropped all of the girls off downtown. I said, wait, they did what? And now I'm frustrated and scared because I'm on the tour bus going God knows where, and my best friend had already been back home a couple of hours before. So then I turn you the 5 hours. I said 5 hours for what? He's informed me that we're in Georgia headed to Atlanta Metro. I said no way. I'm looking out the window for the tour bus and I'm seeing signs that don't look familiar anymore, Symone. I ended up texting KL and let her know don't worry about me. I definitely will be back in a few hours. Even though I didn't know when the hell I was going to get back to Florida from traveling to Atlanta. I did my best to play calm. So I didn't alarm as to be or make KL worry too much about me. We finally get to our destination, College Park, Georgia. Come to find out, when we got off the bus, he was telling me about College Park, Georgia is where a lot of the rappers and R&B singers came from in the Atlanta area. I pretended to care, but what was really on my mind is the whole other state, how I'm gonna get home before my mom does. After being in this nice big Atlanta mansion, SB and I took a shower and said that we were gonna take a nap. Because he had a bunch of radio interviews to do that afternoon, mind you, it's like 7:45 to 8 a.m. And this guy had been up all night, all to the early mornings. So he had to get his rest. I ended up going through SB pockets and lo and behold, I found $132 bills. I quickly then walked up to the bodyguards and told him, hey, I need a ride to the nearest train station so I could go back to my city, Tallahassee, Florida. He looked at me as if I had 3 heads on, like, why am I talking to him? Just then, I hear voices outside of the mansion. I peek out one of the windows and see the 2 SUVs pulled up and the other 2 bodyguards and 5 girls came into the mansion. They started turning up in the kitchen, playing loud music, and the girls stripped down in the underwear and then made themselves outside to the pool area and threw a lake party. Asked me to come downstairs, acknowledge that everyone is back in the house. I talked to another one of his bodyguards and asked if he could bring me to the nearest train station. Time this bodyguard said okay. I was so shocked I grabbed my handbag, walked outside, and pulled off. Long story short, I got to the train station and had to wait 2 hours until the train finally came. I got on the train, but all the way back to Tallahassee, called my friend KL, an actor. Who's actor? And she, what? I called my friend KL, an actor, and she can borrow her mom's car to pick me up. I was over my adventure for the night with the rapper. I just wanted to go home. I'll spend a lot of less exciting details. So I finally got home, supposed to KL, and told her what happened. We exchanged stories regarding of what happened that night. I finally got home. Surprisingly, my mom wasn't home. Come to find out, she had to stay an extra few hours later, so that she wasn't home by 7 a.m. I get inside, shower, take a nap, and wake up. So I checked SB's MySpace page and his website. It showed that he was doing 2 shows in Atlanta. To me, it was so unreal that I was hanging out with this rapper slash celebrity for literally 7 hours. So here's where reality kicked in. And it's like I said, I was 17 years old. I was in the streets being fast and always wanted to be out and about. I say that also, you don't judge me for what I'm about to reveal. So it's been about 4 days since my little whirlwind of a night with SB, and I go to use the bathroom. So I didn't know what it is. My kitty cat was itching. Now TMI, I happened to look down and wipe myself and saw a green colored liquid. I freaked out, didn't know what to do. Called KL, I told her what happened. She informs me that I should ask my mom because my mom is a registered nurse. She would be what you would want to tell that to, but I was afraid to tell her because she would want to know how something like that happened. It dawned on me because I've caught something from SB. Eventually, I got the boss to tell my mom, but I lied and said it was from a guy at school I hooked up with without using protection. And now I feel like I caught something. Long behold, blood work came back, and I was positive for the G word, because I don't know if I can say it. I remember sitting there crying in front of the doctor, just sobbing and being beside myself, thinking that I was gonna die. Well, come to find out, it was curable through antibiotics. So then the doctor was asking me about my quote-unquote friend at school. What's his name? Because he has to get tested now. Since he gave me, you know what? I ended up lying and saying I only knew his first name and that he's not even from our county. And in the end, I learned a lesson to not be so impulsive to make the dangerous, important decisions like that. Who to say SB wouldn't have let his bodyguards, SA, back in those days, blogs was just coming out, and I could have been messy and put the business out there that this grown ass gave a 17-year-old a ST, you know what? But as a present day looking at SB social media support and stuff, I realized I dodged a bullet. I hope this wasn't too long for you to read, and I want to leave the names of each person individual. Oh! I ain't gonna tell y'all who it is. But when I just look, why this whole time, y'all, why when I was reading the story, I'm over here thinking like, who could SB be? Who could that be? And it was so many clues to who it was. Like, I swear the clues was cluing. And then when you said the name, now I'm like, I didn't catch that. That's so crazy. I feel like with men, it's like, you, for one, are strange as hell because, and the person you said, I don't put that past them. Don't put it past them. But my thing is, you is crazy as hell because even though it's just girls in the club, you still should have asked her how old she was. You didn't ask for ID, nothing. You took her without her consent to even hop on a bus. Like, and don't before people be like, she didn't ask where she was going. He didn't tell her either. Like, you didn't say like, hey, we finna go here. She could have thought, for all you know, she could have thought, hey, we about to go get some food or something. You're gonna take her on tour with you and then take her to a whole other state. He kidnapped you. Like, that's crazy. Oh, that is crazy. Girl, well, I'm happy you learned your lesson in it all because, yeah, and that's too, like, women, please, 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 if these rappers, y'all see these rappers, because I've heard so many stories where girls be catching stuff from rappers, don't think because they got money, they clean. A lot of men and a lot of women, for some odd reason, don't like to go check on their body, and they would just be passing stuff around like salt. I don't know why it's so weird because it's like, health is wealth, so it's like, why not check on yourself? Or why are you sleeping with all these people unprotected? Because a lot of people be thinking like, oh, this person look clean. And then also, he did something with you when you was passed out sleep. He didn't even act for your, like, this is crazy. But, yeah, thank you so much for sharing your story, sis. Hopefully it do spread awareness to other, like, younger girls out there to know that everything that glitter ain't gold. And don't trust people because of what they look like, how they smell, and how they dress, and how much money they got, because that don't mean nothing. Whew, thank you so much for sharing though. Okay, you guys, so we're gonna do one last story right now because I'm really trying to get this up tonight. We're gonna see if I can do it. I don't know though. Okay, so it is titled, I dropped him off at his house, no typo. Let's go ahead and read it. So it says, Symone, it's a rich birthday. Happy birthday, friend. Oh my God, I love you. I love you too. I hope you enjoyed your birthday weekend. I turned up in my city for you in spirit. We can't wait for you to come up here with us. Ooh, and then she said, don't say where she from. Ooh, I gotta come there. I do want to come there one day. Is where I'm at, sis. Def let you know. We would love to have you. Oh, I can't wait to come up there. But let's get into it. So it says, but without further ado, I'm back with another banger. If you thought the last two was wild, this one, ooh, shaking my head. Okay, let's get to it. Let me stop. So this is another time spent with Zay. Bitch kept me on some shit. Anyway, Zay hit me up with plans about a party. I'm always down for a party, so I'm like, cool. Yeah, I'm down to go. She told me the party was at 8 or 9, which gave me time to find a sitter and something to wear. Fast forward about 8:15, and I get to Zay's house. We fit checked and make sure we good to head out. She give me the Addy, and we go to this house in the hood. It was popping for a house party. Like a lot of cars outside. We park up and go into the house, and it's cracking inside. People already faded, ninjas shooting dice, and everybody just having a good time. A perfect hood affair, LOL. So I'm chill. This is not my crowd, but I love the ghetto shit with her. Or just in general, and that was my fucking problem. So anyway, I'm following her around and speaking and introducing me to everyone. I'm all classy. Hello, how are you doing? You know, boo ghetto, bougie/ghetto. So they eating it up, loving it. I'm cute, so I'm like, yes. Girl, tell me why this gangster ass girl sitting at the table with a 40 ounce gonna say, hey, Zay, she fancy. Hello, how are you? Teeth missing, hair jacked up while laughing. Girl mocking me in front of me, might I add. Then they all started laughing at what she said, but I feel like they was laughing with her and laughing at me. Sick, I curled up inside, but that was a hood ass house and I didn't show it, so I brushed it off. They all laughed a little and went back to hood activities. Zay and I faded in the back room and got us something to drink. She seen that I was a little off from the vibes after that comment and wanted me to loosen up. I was cool with that. Like I said, that hood shit, but it wasn't my circle. A few sips in and a few laughs with a different group of people, I began to let my guard down and open up a bit. I'm cracking jokes and talking shit now, and they loving me again. I low-key forget about baby girl by this time and was enjoying myself. So to break the house down, you have the front down where we entered at. In front of us, there was a step into the living room, but in the walkway of the door, in the dining room right there on the right-hand side. So instead of going straight into the living room, we started in the dining room and made our way around the house. Like we walked in a circle because the dining room and the kitchen was conjoined, and that had a door in the back that led back into the living room, and the living room leading out the front door. I say this because of the way the story goes, so bear with me. Anywho, when we faded to the back of the room and started drinking, we're going from the dining room into the kitchen and from the kitchen walking into the living room. I had to say that because upon entry, I couldn't see into the living room. But when I walked in from the kitchen, I could see the whole room. And it was slapping too. But I noticed one thing. Girl, why was this boy just passed out on the floor, like full on gone to the world while everybody is partying around him and not caring? Laughing my ass off. I'm sick, like what? I'm sick, like what the hell? But they cool, so I kept my comment. But Zay ass wasn't having it. I said she was thinking the same that I thought, because she was like, oh hell nah, I know that ain't black, laughing and referring to the guy on the floor. I'm like, girl, right, get him some help. But no, they didn't care. They like, hell no, that nigga wanted to mix liquor and got slumped and started laughing like it was funny. Girl almost took me out when they started calling his name, and he responded but never lifted his face or body off the carpet. Like boy was coherent as fuck but was dead at the same time. I'm like, well, he alive, and I joined in and not giving a fuck. Blow me because I want to see what he looked like and ask him what the fuck did he drink, because I wanted to stay away from that drink choice. But nah, boy was done. From that, I could see that he was dark-skinned tall, well, long since he was laying down, and had some banging-ass waves. Them waves had drunk me mesmerized. Party was going, shots was going around, and I'm stuck on him. Like that video of that boy, who are you, confusion sis? Telling people there, and a good 2 hours went by, and I had to ask, LOL, Zay, who is that boy? Y'all sure he good? They was over there melting with his chocolate chip ass. Zay was like, yes, he's B-Day. That's what he wanted. And they all started laughing and getting more faded for him because faded and passed out at his own damn party since just a ghetto palooza. But I was down for it. Took my shot and began to dance. I guess his liquor started to wear off because his black ass got up. Why my drunk ass gonna say, good morning, black, it's your mother, in an old white 70s woman's voice. Girl in the room started dying laughing, and he cracked the cutest smile with the whitest teeth. Oh God, my pennies melted. He was fine as fuck. Now, I just knew off of the way he was laying, he would be fine. What? It was. He went into the bathroom, and I couldn't contain myself from following him. I was all in now. The party went on, and I didn't say much since he was asleep most of the time, and I let him enjoy his crowd. But I did keep my eyes on the cutie dark skin for a while longer before we had left. We say our goodbyes and called it a night. Proceeded to go to the car. We laughing and talking when a voice yelled, damn Zay, you ain't gonna introduce me to your friend? We turned around and it's black. Girl, I damn near buckled in the street. Who, little old me? He asked to know who I was, LOL. Since he ain't have to say a word and I was his. But I was chill and ain't say shit. I mean, at this point, he wasn't talking to me, so I just smiled and let Zay do her job. Boy, your ass was passed out, but this is my girl Blank, and said my name. He smiled and reached over to shake my hand. I shook it and was on. He said, you should take my number, and we chill. Let me get to know you a little bit since I had no time tonight. I was like, yeah, you slept the whole time, LOL. He said, that's because I didn't know you was coming. I'm like, boy, you didn't even know me, LOL. He was like, that's what I'm trying to get to know you. Smooth like a dark liquor, LOL. So I take his number and we left. A couple of weeks go by and I have a kickback at my house. Not too many people, just a little crowd, 15 or 20 people. Of course, I hit Zay and Money up. Money is my homegirl too. They hit up a few friends and we in action. I got hella games going, good food, because I'm always cooking in my kickbacks, hella tree for us to smoke, and all good vibes around. It's an hour in and only 9 people are there, including us 3. I'm like, yeah, this not gonna work. Call more people. And she did. She texted a few people. Money called up a few people. And I text Black. Yes, sis, I made a bold move. It was the perfect opportunity. Not too many people, but just enough for it to be intimate. 20 minutes go by and the party is now complete. Black is here and he has more friends and bottles and it's just a nice little function. People eating, walking around, chilling, playing the game, dancing. I'm loving it. But me, I'm on the couch with Black on some caked up shit. Like my whole dude shaking my head. Girl, I don't even know what we was talking about, but I was mesmerized, LOL. The party went on, the conversation grew thick. We all got on some school bus, and that's slang for, you know, bars, and shit really got fun. It's like 3 a.m. now. We off our faces, and I ended up telling everybody they were welcome to stay over and sleep it off and go home later. And they did. I love my friends. YouTube coming December 1st. I'm ready to tell my stories. Yeah, girl, tell us and let me know what the channel gonna be. Because I have not one friend anymore. Anywho, they did, and I had to strike my move. I told Black to come lay with me and we passed out. But the next motherfucking morning, it was on. I don't know, I was half asleep or hungover, but I felt that thing poking and I had to see what it was hitting for. I swayed my hips a little bit and it was up and stuck. We got our rocks off, got up to shower. 20-30 minutes later, everybody up leaving, and I told Black I'll take him home. He was cool with it and we left. I took him home, we chatted and laughed about the act. It was good, but I was going through a phase of smash or pass, so I never hit him up again, LOL. Fast forward 2 weeks, I'm dropping off my sneaky link, dreads. Girl, why the fuck I'm pulling up to the block? Perplexed as fuck, cause I'm like, I know this damn block, shaking my head. We driving down, we pull up to the same damn house. The same damn house I dropped Black off at. I was stuck, dumbfounded. I put my car in park and I'm like, you know, Black, I had to ask. Sick as hell. Hung got me up in some shit like a hoe, LOL. He was like, yeah, that's my cousin. I fucking died right there. He like, how do you know, Black? My dumb ass gonna say, we fucked 2 weeks ago. And this is the house I brought him to, LOL. Was I doing too much? I ain't owe them no loyalty. Shit, I was staying ahead of the rumors. I wanted to tell him myself before they put 2 and 2 together and dog me to the streets. But he was not mad at all. Actually said Black can't do the shit that he doing, so he ain't worried. Girl made me want to slurp his ass right then and there. See, Black was 21 and Drez was 28. I was 24, so Drez was definitely pressure. But with all that pressure comes cracking, and Drez and I definitely crumbled in due time. I never talked to Black again after that nightcap, but Drez and I didn't stop after our one night stand. If you enjoy more juicy stories from me, watch out for my YouTube channel coming December 1st for Vlogmas. Girl, tell me the YouTube channel name. I'm about to hit her back. And then also comment down in the comments so everybody else can follow you too, because we want to know, because December 1st already hit. But that was so good. Thank you so much for sharing. When I read that title, I most definitely thought the story was going to go a little different. I thought that you was going to drop him off at his house because him was doing a do. But I was like, oh, okay, they was cousins. Damn. I don't know why at first I thought he was going to say, that's my son. And then I was like, wait, never mind. But anyway, thank you so much for sharing. I love you guys so much. Hopefully I could get this video up tonight, but we gonna see. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.